Hi everyone, I'm Jasenia. I hope you're well. I wanted to create this video because there's a lot of attention being directed at apparently there's a lot of messages going around that we're going to have like alien invasions in June and July of this year. And I thought about, I thought I'd just get on here and teach some stuff, okay? Most of us here on Earth are born of other planets or stars. Those planets or stars, as they accumulate physical matter, they actually accumulate energetic matter. And that makes sense because all energetic matter is eventually composes physical matter, right? So even our bodies are a composition of energetic matter that densifies and creates physical skin. So here on Earth, we have energy and physical because it's very, very dense atmosphere. So we have both. But our souls are using our bodies like a vessel, kind of like a car. We choose one, we prepare it, we really get to know it, we really integrate with it, and then we come down to Earth and we live that life with our vessel. Our mission on Earth is to integrate the soul to the body. So it's to create such a strong connection that we could be 100% spiritual and 100% physical. We are functioning in love and compassion. We are not functioning in destruction and chaos. Destruction and chaos is separation. It's combustion is literally destruction. So there's no evolution in that. There's de-evolution. So when we have, our soul groups are created by the energy of that planet or star. So if we think about it, I call it cosmic DNA. Let's say one planet explodes. That explosion brings a bunch of fragments or particles to other planets or stars across the universe. It moves until it hits another mass. So it's like cosmic DNA because now the cosmic information from that exploded planet or star, combusted planet or star, is now joining another planet or star. And that is actually how our soul groups evolve. So we have all this genetic information coming into another planet or star. Eventually, that information gets so powerful it creates an entity of its own. This is what we call a god or a goddess. They began intentionally manipulating the energy on that planet or star and creating a soul group in its image. That soul group has, of course, its creator's personality, and their mission is essentially to go out and experience as much as possible and bring it into their home so their home can continue expanding and growing. So we do have a dimensional aspect of a planet or star. If we are lucky, then that planet might be inhabitable, and then we might have another layer, which is the energetic layer. So Earth has the physical layer, Earth has an energetic layer. It's Earth's dimension. This is where elementals live. Elementals are beings of the elements. And it has a physical layer, which is obviously the place that we live and see and the things that we see daily. So a lot of times when we're talking about the veil on Earth is the separation between Earth and Earth's dimension, but dimensions are constantly overlapping and moving around each other. Essentially, there's no time outside of our physical mind. So we are constantly kind of moving and shifting and crossing each other. And we can also create portals. Portals to other dimensions are kind of like a quantum leap. You move from one place to the next place just by being present, being aware, and we can get there in a flash. It's not like human transportation because, again, we are not physical. We are energetic, so we can be in many places at the same time. This is hard for people to grasp. The soul is fifth dimensional. It's expansive. It's everywhere. Even our soul has multiple experiences in existence at the same time. We can have multiple bodies. We can cross each other in our multiple bodies. We don't combust or have some crazy experience. We might just feel like we really know that person well. And it might be weird for us. Usually we don't plan our lives to cross our own soul inhabitants, but we might. Twins is a great example. A lot of twins come together to play two versions of the same soul. So essentially it's like you'll be all this energy and I'll be all that energy, but we'll be great friends because we're learning together. So that is one of the ways that we do come down and do that. So essentially, when we think about it, right, we are all of the stars. This kind of blows people's minds a lot because they think like being a starseed is an anomaly, and they use the word like if it's really, really rare. When we talk about Earth, beings born of Earth, of course, Earth is a planet or a star, so it has its own soul group. There are Earth-born souls. They are usually our planetary activists. They despise when people hurt and harm the Earth. I mean, we all should because we all live here, but they take it personal. It is literally offensive to them because it's their home, and we're just intruders. But it's a rarity. I'd say they're probably like 10 or less % of the population here on Earth. And it's because Earth is still considered a fairly young planet when we look at our universe in whole. So the soul group is still very young when we look at our universe in whole. They are made for Earth, therefore they evolve a lot faster here in Earth's atmosphere. Some of us take 1,000 lives to evolve on Earth, 1,000 lives. And that's because we come from a planet or star that is not as dense. Therefore, we are used to evolving very quickly on that planet or star through that density. But Earth is a lot harder for us because it's got such a thick density. If you were born of Earth, then you naturally resonate with it a lot easier. They connect easier, they heal easier, they ground easier. They're made for it. So because there are trillions of planets and stars, we can understand how deeply complicated soul groups are. And some of us stay just physical. Some of us incarnate into vessels or avatars. Some of us have avatars outside of Earth. There are lots of places and things that we incarnate into. We can incarnate into animals. And it's interesting because essentially what that means is, it means that we are alien. We are alien. Our soul groups are alien. They are of alien origins. They are of the planets or stars. And it's not weird. It's not abnormal. In fact, that's just where our soul groups are. That's why we can telepathically connect to them. That's why they have been checking up on us since the beginning of time. That's why they're always on all the art, and they're everywhere all the time, and we've depicted them in art, and we feel a very strong connection to them. That's why we love looking up at the stars. That's why we already have that knowing. So I'm sharing this video because some people will pick up half of a message and they don't get the rest of the message. There is this huge conspiracy theory and all this craziness going about that these aliens, we're gonna have like a huge alien invasion this year. It's your soul group. Your soul is not likely of Earth. So we will be making connections with our soul groups with intensity and intention. And that's pretty much what it means. We've done a lot of clearing. We did a lot of raising Earth's vibration. We did a lot of self-reflection work, healing. We've done so much work that it would only make sense that that connection, our spiritual connection, gets stronger and stronger. So when we connect to ourselves, when we connect to our higher self, we're connecting to our soul back at home in our soul dimension. And it's kind of like an octopus. So we are a fragment of our higher self. We are a fragment of our master soul. Our master soul resides in its home dimension. And that is how we retrieve information. It's really how we can go back and forth so easily. Essentially, we're just tapping into a different consciousness. That is us at a different experience. This is us in this experience. So we can move back and forth from the two very easily. So what it means is people are going to start connecting or awakening. They're going to start connecting to their higher self. They're going to feel that connection, that knowing, that knowledge. But it's also going to be a really crazy, hectic time for people because a lot of people don't understand what that is. All I can say is the more traumas you have blocking your soul level connection, the more self-limiting beliefs, self-destructive behaviors, even your bad eating habits will continue to block and obstruct you from taking in information and connection to your higher self. That's just, it's a distraction. If we were trying to do anything, let's say with a broken arm that hasn't healed and a leg that's pussing and our fingers bent off, of course we are not capable of doing as much because first of all, everything strikes that pain, everything triggers pain and reaction. We are not fully ourselves. We are not in a place to even be emotionally or psychologically prepared for the information that's going to come forward or the work handed to us. So it is easier to connect once you've healed, done the work, and really faced yourself. That's what we should be doing right now. And I'm going to post another video called Emotion and Emotional Mapping. So it's kind of like healing through emotional mapping. It would be a quick mini video, but it's a great guide to what we should all be doing right now. Please ask questions if you have any questions on Starseed or what that might mean. I do read soul groups. So this is, a lot of people share their own personal knowing. Their own personal database is connected only to their soul groups. So they have this very one track vision of what we should all be doing. And the truth is that we are incredibly dynamic. There are, like I said, trillions of soul groups. Not all of them can incarnate on Earth, because Earth is such a, your soul has to align to Earth's energy. So there is a rare group of souls that can incarnate on Earth. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're one of them. The rest of the souls work behind the scenes. They are weavers, they are life planners, they are record keepers, they are gatekeepers, they are, I think I said life planners, they're birth planners, they send souls, they prepare souls, they chart souls, they travel, they're spirit guides. We have a lot of behind the scenes work. So essentially the people who can incarnate and are brave enough choose to, and then the rest of those groups support us behind the scenes. So it's pretty fascinating. If you want to learn more about that, there's a video called Spirit Guides and the difference between different kinds of souls. It's also on my YouTube channel. So I'll continue with the other posts. Look for it. Thanks. Leave a comment, share, subscribe if you like it.